What if you could answer thousands of questions that are personalized to you and your data using Gemini and Google Search in just a few seconds? Here's an example. London has tens of thousands of restaurants, and I have about 10,000 restaurants' names and addresses in a BigQuery table. And what I want to know is, should I go to that restaurant? And I want to ask Gemini to go into Google Search and answer questions I have about each of them and tell me which one should I go to. With Gemini and BigQuery, it's really easy to get the answers I want. And it's all in this AI generate function. That's where the real magic is. And what this function does is it sends a prompt to Gemini for every row of my restaurant table. And the prompt is, use Google Search to find information about this London restaurant. And then I can pass the restaurant name and the location. And notice how business name and address are columns of that table, which means the value is going to be different for every row, which means if I have tens of thousands of rows, I'm sending tens of thousands of different prompts all simultaneously to Gemini. And then the Google magic here is that we can use the tool of Google Search for Gemini to answer the question. So for every restaurant, it's going to execute the Google Search and get me back the answer I want. And in this case is, does it have healthy food? Does it have positive customer reviews? And is it good for a group meal? So let's launch Gemini and Google Search. A few seconds later, I have the results here, and I'm going to open them in Google Sheets so that it's a little bit easier to read them. So here are the results in Google Sheets, and you can see how for each restaurant, Gemini used Google Search to answer my questions, and this in a matter of seconds. And so, for example, it's telling me that for Yasu Sushi, maybe I should go according to my criteria. Korean barbecue house, maybe rejected, but Walk and Fire, according to my criteria, in what it found on Google Search, is telling me to go. So I find this really fascinating. I hope you can see how powerful it is to get Gemini to use Google Search to get individualized, personalized answers that you have about your data at massive scale just in seconds. I'd be very curious to see what you can build.